I like to think that my work evolves in part by changes and improvements or thoughts I have about the techniques I use. Very often they just evolve from ideas that are related to a series or pieces that I've already started. In this way, I think that I've created a cohesive body of work over the last 7 years, playing with increasingly more complex polygons and now with varying geometric templates. The series in which I've started playing with this complex non-Euclidean or three-dimensional spherical geometry is really related to my seeing M.C. Escher's work, Circle Limit 3, at the time when I was really starting to play with kaleidoscopic compositions. At first I just looked at it and said, wow, Escher's doing something similar to what I'm doing, and it kind of made me feel like maybe I wasn't going off totally into space. But the more I looked, I began to realize that there was something that was going on that I didn't quite understand. The result was I started getting kind of an obsession about finding out how Escher did it, because my freeform attempts at creating something with the Escher effect just didn't work. I discovered that there's actually a whole body of mathematical literature that has been published by people who've been examining the underlying geometry that Escher employed, and that finally gave me clues about how to begin constructing my own templates. The series that I've produced so far actually have been based on 3 different templates. The first one was really kind of crude, so I had to improve that, but little by little I've come to a template that I'm working with right now. The nice thing about doing this is that in some ways the patterns could be inexhaustible, because if I begin to feel that the work is falling into too much of a similar pattern, too much of a rut, I just have to change the template some, and the patterns will start to change as well. It's really kind of fun because in a lot of the instances, the underlying geometry isn't all that evident, and that's really what I would like to achieve, because you shouldn't see the geometry as much as the overall effect of the patterns in the composition and the tonality that I've created. It's a fun adventure at this point. My mind is also beginning to kind of think, okay, where do I go from here? Crazy and creative kind of exist on a continuum, and that's made me more comfortable with some of the wilder ideas I've come across. I would like to move it in directions that are just different, more interesting, more appealing to the viewer's eye.